I now call on Stewart Stevenson to be followed by Elaine Murray.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. The story of Neil Armstrong is the story of what a country can achieve when it cleaves to its bosom the highest of ambitions. And of course, in doing so, it was driven by the flight on the 12th of April 1961 of Yuri Gagarin of the Soviet Union, who went round the Earth for a single orbit. And that was the ultimate, the highest and the greatest of game changers. When John F. Kennedy, on the 25th of May, only a few weeks after that flight, set his country on the path that took Americans to the moon, it was deemed to be absolutely impossible to do. No one knew how to do it. No one knew that it could be done. There were huge technical challenges to be overcome. The leading plans, there were 4 alternatives, relied on a rendezvous of space vehicles in orbit around the moon. That had never been done around the Earth at that stage, far less around the moon. The onboard navigational computer, the Apollo guidance computer that Ian Gray referred to, had only 1.3 watts of electricity that it could have to do its computations. It had only 2,000 words of computer memory in which to do its computation. Some of the challenges were organisational. The programme involved 400,000 people and 20,000 firms and universities. As an organisational challenge in a period of time, it was beyond previous contemplation. And of course, when Neil Armstrong stepped onto Apollo 11 with his fellow astronauts, he knew that it was something not without risk. We knew that Gus Grissom, Ed White and Roger McAfee had, on Apollo 1, died in a flash fire on the launch pad. We knew that Vladimir Komarov on Soyuz 1 was the first cosmonaut to be killed during spaceflight. Like Gus Grissom, who also died, the second person from his nation to fly twice in space. There are also aspects about the programme that are perhaps little known and little regarded. Almost all the mathematical computations were undertaken by women. NASA took a decision to employ all-women teams to do the calculation because they were deemed to be more reliable and better intuition could be applied by the women. And that builds on the previous experience of Rear Admiral Grace Hopper, who was the first computer programmer in the electronic age. And, of course, the first at all was Lord Byron's niece, Ada Lovelace. I had the very good fortune in the early 1990s to stay for 3 nights with a guy called Lanny Lafferty, who worked for the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, who was the man who designed and operated the first hand that grasped Martian soil. There's so much in the programme that is absolutely fascinating and has contributed so much. Teflon, the computer, was the first built on integrated computer chips. We owe, in today's modern world, so much to this programme. But above all, we owe so much to Neil Armstrong, who put his life on the line to inspire us and to inspire others. Ambition, courage and fine management delivered. But Neil Armstrong put his life on the line. Thank you, Neil Armstrong.